Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. That is part B from Group 2 English for Young Learners. It is about evaluation for language skills and games. Okay, as we know before, in teaching English, we have four basic components of language skill. They are listening skill, reading skill, speaking skill, and also writing skill. Okay, and here I will explain more about each of them. Okay, first one is listening skill. There are two main components of listening assessment or evaluation in the young learners classroom. The first is the assessment of phonemic awareness, the ability to distinguish between different sounds. Okay, the second component of listening assessment or evaluation is listening comprehension. When assessing listening comprehensions, make sure your learners understand the individual words, instruction, and piece of the text. When assessing children, understand a specific word and phrase, and also ask them to point to an object or pictures. Okay, for example, if you are using TPR, total physical response, as an assessment tools, it is essential that you only give one instruction. Okay, for example, it is a real example. Both children are listening to a story. You may ask, show me what happened first, point to the pictures. Okay, or show me the picture of the child who was the best helper. Now you can also use question to determine if children compare what has been said, for instance. Okay, number two is speaking skill. Speaking skill can be assessed by asking young learners questions and engaging them in conversation. You can assess students by asking specific questions during the class as well as by talking and then with them one-to-one basis. When assess learning or a skill, you might want to use an analytic or holistic rubric. Okay? There are several things that are very important that we should put when we assess or evaluate the young learners. Okay, first one is create a rubric. As we said before, make a holistic rubric, and then make sure they are pronunciation and also vocabulary, of course, accuracy, exploration speaking, listening for the grammatical structures and tools you have taught them. And then communication. Evaluate communication means looking at their creative use of the language. Yeah. And then interaction. You can encourage your student to listen as they speak and have appropriate responses. And then the last one is fluency. Okay, and then reading skill. Okay, reading skill. Assessing student literacy skill is complex process. This is from Horley and Tunjero. It is especially difficult when students are learning ESL or EFL. In addition to assessing if students can decode, sound out, or pronounce the words. Okay, and then you will also want to assess their ability to compare written text. A comprehension question can be used to determine if children understand specific reading passage. There are eight important things to evaluate reading. This one is phonological awareness, and then decoding, repeat meaning, and then verbal memory, fluency, and then reading comprehension. They are understanding about the writing, the writing, and then writing expressions. Okay, and then the last one is writing skill. Writing skill is assessed by collecting and examining a sample of writing. Okay, the learners can write a sample consisting of a sentence, paragraph, or essay. The sample can be fiction or non-fiction. Okay, maybe the story, yeah, and can be assessed using an analytic or holistic rubric. Just as with speaking assessment, an analytic score is broken down into categories. A holistic score is an overall score. However, the categories for analytic writing assessment are slightly different from the categories that are used with analytic speaking rubrics. So, thank you so much. The next explanation about games will be explained by my friends Hadiansyah. Okay, thank you so much.